Thank you so much for attending my quiz show. That's right, baby. It is a Pokemon quiz show with Boingus. I'm going to be asking you guys 4 separate questions from casual stuff to competitive stuff and everything in between. But of course, first, we got to change that background. Question 1. In Generation 1, there was a 1 in 256 miss chance on all moves. There was also a 1 in 256 chance in Generation 2, but it is much more rare to see. What chance is this? A. It's still a mischance. Gen 2 just gets less coverage than Gen 1, so we don't hear about it. B. Guaranteed secondary effects not activating. C. Status randomly being healed at the end of each turn. Or D. The critical hit text popping up, but the crit damage not activating. Pause if you need to think a bit before I reveal the correct answer. And of course, if you play a lot of competitive Pokemon, you would know that the answer is B, guaranteed secondary effects not activating. This is the most important when looking at Dynamic Punch, a base 100 power fighting move that hits the legs of Snorlax and Tyranitar extremely hard. Now, unfortunately, this can really screw you over sometimes, and I've had it happen to me before. However, it's really not the end of the world and is overall a pretty funny thing to happen. Question 2. Which Pokemon was almost named Custard, but was thankfully changed to something better? A. Snorlax. B. Chansey. C. Wigglytuff. Or D. The early design for Azurill, which was made in Gen 2 but got scrapped and was eventually repurposed in Gen 4. Of course, once again, pause if you need to think about it before I reveal the correct answer. The answer for question 2 is indeed C. Now, what's really interesting about this is that Jigglypuff's beta name is actually Pudding. That means that the evolution line would have been Pudding into Custard, although we do not know what Igglybuff's would have been, as these are red and blue beta names. Now, for question 3, how does Parting Shot interact with Magic Bounce? This is a little bit complicated, so feel free to, of course, pause before and after I read these to really take it in, because it might take a couple reads. A. Parting Shot passes right through. B. Due to a bug, both Pokemon stats are dropped. C. The user's stats are dropped and the Magic Bouncer has to switch out. Or D. Nothing. The move fails. The answer here is C. The user's stats are dropped and the Magic Bouncer has to switch out. This is a really fun way to gain momentum. If you know that a Parting Shot is coming, maybe you can switch into your Hatterene and then drop the opposing stats and get possibly a setup opportunity to try and win the game or just some free tempo. However, this is not seen very often as this is an extremely niche mechanic. Now for question 4, Huge Power and Pure Power are very similar but do have one impactful difference. What is this? A. When swapped or copied, Huge Power only boosts by 1.5 times. B. Pure Power rounds stats up while Huge Power rounds stats down. C. In Gen 3 only, Huge Power adds 16 extra attack points due to the Generation's graphics being 16-bit and a pulling from the graphics for some unknown reason. Or D. I'm lying to you, they're the same in every single way. The correct answer was A. When swapped or copied, Huge Power only boosts by 1.5 times. The reasoning for this is unknown, although my personal guess is that it has something to do with Medicham having access to Skill Swap. That about wraps it up for today. If you want to see more of these, please let me know, and also tell me your quiz scores because I'd love to hear if these questions were made well or not. Thank you so much for watching.